Okay, so here we are. Welcome. My name is Adam, and in today's video, we're going to be seeing the difference between black marble and not using black marble from Chris Bell. I've used it for quite some time, and somebody requested to do a sort of before and after video. So I've chosen three locations. I've chosen Scotland in the summertime at night, at the midnight. I've chosen, just make sure it is midnight actually, because it looks kind of bright outside. Yes, it is. I've chosen Wisconsin in the summertime and Africa in the desert, and I'm quite interested to see what Africa is going to look like. But this is pretty much the same as the blue marble video, but we're doing it with black marble. Now, one thing to note first, I have not installed the Orbex lighting that comes with Orbex. So this is totally P3D only lighting. And the simple reason is because when we do use black marble, we have to disable the Orbex anyway. So there's no point in having it enabled in the first place. We might as well keep it disabled. Right, let's take this sucker to the air and let's see what we can see. It seems like there's a bit of a brightness to the sky in Scotland, in Edinburgh where we are. So I do like the runway lights. I do think they're pretty cool. Let's get this sucker in the air. The sky, okay, the lighting in the sky, the stars, is being handled by Chris Bell's Stargazer. So that's positioning all the lights in the sky. The lighting on the ground actually looks pretty cool. I'm liking it really. The frames are kind of steady-ish, so we're going to take this sucker up to 30,000 feet again, and let's see what it looks like. I mean, that is acceptable to me. Look at that. There was an update to P3D. If you update to version 4.4, you got the night lighting fix here to where it drastically improves the night lighting. So I'm really going to be intrigued to see how it's all incorporated in when I put in black marble. So here we are now, 30,000 feet. Oh, what is that? Is that the moon on the horizon? Oh, freaky. Right, let's trim this sucker down a bit, and let's have a look down below. So as you can see, it's okay. It's pretty patchy. There are obvious roads mapped out in the darkness. Not too many. It's okay. Frames are still at a steady 60. The only thing I have installed in terms of the sceneries is Orbex Global, Orbex Vector, and Orbex Europe Land Class. I don't have the regions put in, so let's trim up now. I'm literally just running the default really. So this is pure default almost, and the lighting is pretty much okay. It's totally acceptable, that is. So yeah, nothing to shout about, and it does its job. Frames, I gotta say, they're nicely steady at 60, even with the Stargazer in the sky. Yeah, the moon on the horizon over there. Lovely. Right, okay, so that's that now. Let's head over to Wisconsin now, and let's see what it looks like. I'll see you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. We are in Wisconsin, and it's nighttime, and for some reason it's at 30 frames a second. I keep loading it on top of, so that's probably why. So for this one video, it's been 30. Who knows what the next video will look like. So we're in Wisconsin. We're doing the night run to see what it looks like at 30,000 feet. This is like default sceneries, so there's no mega scenery, there's no Orbex, it's all default. So let's get this sucker in the air, take it to the skies, and see what kind of lights we get to see. This thing really does move up. This thing wants to climb. Just having a look out, this is default P3D lighting. I have completely disabled Orbex lighting, mainly because it will be sort of disabled anyway. Oh, hang on, which way? We're losing our orientation here. I think we're climbing too hard here. Yeah, I don't want Orbex to load its lights in, mainly because we won't be loading its lights in when we do the black marble. So it's best to see it with P3D's lights. So here we are, almost at 30,000 feet. So that'll do me. So having a look around, there's a runway down there. I can just barely see. To be honest, not much lighting in Wisconsin, is there? What's going on here? It's pretty barren, to be honest. There's just a few runways to be seen. Let's do a turn around and see if we can see anything. I mean, maybe we're too high, I guess, to see any lighting in Wisconsin. I don't know. It looks pretty much like a desert almost. Runway there. Just a couple of dots on the ground, really, for lighting. Oh, there's some lighting there. Very faint, very faint. Gosh, right. So there we go. That's Wisconsin. There you go. And yeah, now we're getting 60 frames, and we seem to be going down. There we go. Yeah. So let's now head over to. Oh no, let's not head over to Africa. We've done Africa. Or have we? No. Let's head over to Africa now and see what that looks like. And yeah. Then we'll install black marble, and we shall repeat this process to see how it changes. So there we go. See you in a mo. Okay, so we're in Africa. It's nighttime. We're in the same exact spot as we did in the previous video for the daytime when we were checking out blue marble. We're just literally 30,000 feet above that same graphical area. There is not one single light down below. It's just pitch black, absolutely nothing. The only thing we can see is the stars in the sky, which, as you know, are being handled by Stargazer, which is a Crispell as well. They're really nice, they're really realistic, and you can also change the magnitude of what kind of brightest star you'll see, or the faintest. So there we go. Right, so that's pretty much Africa, and as you can see, there ain't nothing to see. So there you go. We're gonna do we're not gonna do a summer winter like we did before. We're just gonna do the summer. So what does it look like in the summer? Let's see what it is. Let's head over, and I'll see you in a moment. So welcome back. Here we are in Wisconsin in the summer at midnight, and we are going to see what difference black marble does to our sim. If you checked out the beginning of this video, you'll have seen it in blue marble when we did our tests in the previous video, and checked out what it looked like before black marble was installed. And now we are looking at it with black marble installed. So let's head up to 30,000 feet again, and see what we can see. Now again, I'm using Orbex clouds, so there's no distractions. It's a clear sky. The stars in the sky are handled by Stargazer from the same company that's going to give us this black marble. Now black marble, I've only installed the base package, so just the basic, no vector data or bridges has been installed. It is just the base. So I can already tell a difference in the fact that there's actually less lights. Now there is a massive tool configurator when you first boot it up. Now I've left everything at default. I haven't played with the settings, I haven't tweaked anything. Everything is at default level. So let's check it out. To be fair, there's no lights visible at this altitude. I think there was some, like a couple visible, but yeah, we're 60 frames solid basically because there is no lights that I can see, which is a bit strange, to be fair. Let's go outside the cockpit and do a little. There we go, there's some there, some down there. Very, again, I've just used the defaulting configuration in the control panel. I haven't adjusted it for anything. There's some lighting there. I think the biggest difference we'll see is in Scotland, because that was a bigger city, but to be honest, I'm sure we had more to look at here. Yeah, I don't know where all the lights have gone, but anyway, this is Wisconsin, and I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'm going to go over to Scotland, and we shall see what we see. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're back now. We're in Scotland, and we've loaded it up, and just sort of panning around at the airport here again. I don't really notice any difference from this point of view. Let's get in the cockpit and take it to the air, and maybe there'll be a bit of a difference then. Again, all we've done is installed Black Marble, the base package. So who knows? Maybe we need to install the vector and the bridges in order to see a decent night lighting setup. Maybe we even need to install night environments. Who knows? We will notice, I think, a difference straight away because P3D was had sort of P3D had a very distinct lighting style here, which there's a lot more lights. I think this has been completely replaced, you know, by the yeah, there's a lot more lights here, a lot more lights. Let's get up to 30,000 here. Once we get up to 30,000, we'll be able to see. Again, the stars are being handled by Stargazer, which is another product from Chris Bell Creative Studios. I have always been happy with Chris Bell's Creative Studios. I think he does a great job with his products. I used to use quite a few of the night environments. I used to have blue and black marble. So here is the, if I can, oh gosh, there we go, make that steady, there we go. So here it is in Scotland. Now, one thing I think I might have noticed is that there are less lights, in fact, on that side. Yeah, I think for me, like, there are less lights than there were before. Frames are actually improved, I feel, since we installed blue marble. We've now got black and blue marble installed at the same time, and I feel that they took a bit of a hit when I installed blue marble. I feel, but they're okay now. To be honest, I can't really see a massive difference now. The different configurations, and I've yet to read the manual because it's had an update, so there was a fresh install really of this product being put in. So I need to configure it. I need to sort of play with it a little bit first before I can properly utilize it. But just initially, I think, you know, it's just okay. To be honest, there's no point going to Africa because I know that there was no lights anywhere, so there ain't gonna be any lights here again. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of lost a few of the lights that I had before with default P3D. It's kind of now sketchy and sparse. I don't know, I've got to tweak it, I've got to play with it. So that's basically the difference between the three, the sort of the different installs. The sort of before blue and black marble, the sort of after blue marble, which is kind of like the before black marble, and now when black marble has been installed. Still on 60 frames a second, so I'm happy with that. I've got to tweak it a little bit. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and if there's anything you want me to check out scenery wise, airport wise, you want me to do a full-on review of it, this is just a sort of test before and after. This ain't a review, but if you want me to do a full-on review, let me know and I shall make it so. So what I'll do is I'll tweak it, and then I'll do to follow on from this video. Until next time, guys, take care. Okay, so this is a follow-up video to the black marble that we recently have just gone through. There is a manager that you get with it. There is a configuration manager that enables you to really configure and fine-tune how black marble will appear in your sim. Now, I don't have vector or bridges enabled yet. I've just put in the base, and as you can see, this looks slightly different now as to what it did before, and that's mainly because, let me pause the sim, the configuration manager that you get, okay, when you install the base and the for black marble. I'm going to quickly just show what the settings. It'll probably crash the sim, to be honest, but I'm going to quickly show you the settings because it's highly configurable and it's really kind of almost complicated, right, on how you configure it. So when you first load up, right, you basically will only have that, and that one inside your manager here, your control panel, and you can fine-tune each row. Okay, so you click on it, it brings up the configurator, and you can choose exactly what lights you want, how intense they'll be, what brightness level, blah 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 blah. Do all the changes that you want, and then, you know, click save and apply the changes, and then they'll apply to them in sim. I mean, I don't know if it's actually going to affect in sim right now, but basically, not only that, the light motorway roads, but you can also have as many threads of these as you want. So as you can see, I've basically enabled like 50% of what this is, which is the size of the lights, and I've gone down to 50%. I think that's done in meters of how far spaced apart they are, and that way it's enabled me to have 2 threads. Okay, these actually should say 50 as well, I believe. Let me just move them down to 50. Okay, and okay. There we go. Save and apply. And it's that simple. You can basically have 2 sets of the same, so lights for your motorway roads, you can split it and have a version 1 and a version 2, okay? But not only that, you can then also add a variant off that one. So so these 2 here are variants of this one here, okay? And then I've had 2 different sets with 2 different variants. Okay, now all of these settings that you see are what Chris Bell recommends when you get the new black marble, okay, or when you upgrade your old one. You'll get a new manual on how to install it, and it goes through these settings for how to have it best looking in the sim. So copy these down. I'll leave it there, and then the top one as well. Okay, so copy that all off, and then you know, it's then shown in the sim. I don't think it updates the on the fly, so no difference here at the moment. But you can see that even changing from the last video, now we have more lights, and there's not really an impact to the frames either. We're still getting sort of 45, 50 frames, even though now that there's more lights. We're in Scotland, by the way. So this is just a quick amendment, and a final thoughts really on Black and Blue Marble. So because this is the second part of that installation guide. So for me, Blue Marble, it does add something. You know, you might, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but these little bits here, okay, these fine smaller pieces, this is Blue Marble. Okay, so if I uninstall Blue Marble, I wouldn't get these small finer points of lighting, okay, that are dotted around. Even these few dots here that are all dotted around, you wouldn't get that because that's Blue Marble doing it. Not only that, but Blue Marble also gives you satellite data overlay for Active Sky. So when you're using the Active Sky app and you go to the map section on Active Sky, you'll actually see, instead of it just a gray and black world, you'll see a satellite data version like you've probably seen in my past videos. So you get that as well with Blue Marble. I do think Blue Marble is worth the purchase, but Black Marble is totally worth it if you want higher level of lighting. Now, we did a P3D test, so a P3D versus a Black Marble, and for me, Black Marble looks better than P3D default. I think it looks better. So the next test, really, in the next video, is I have something called SimStall lighting, I think it's called, in my sim as well. Let me just go check it out here in the scenery library. I think it's called SimStall, or oh sorry, yeah, Smart Sim Lights. So I've got Smart Sim Lights for Africa, Ukraine, Russia, Europe, Australia, and Oceania. So in the next video, we're going to fly over Scotland at night, and we're going to activate the Europe Smart Sim lighting, and we're going to see the difference between what we see here in Black Marble world and what Smart Sim will do, and that'll be part 3 of the video. Okay, so thanks for watching. Again, my final thoughts for Black Marble is totally worth it. I think totally worth the what you get in there, black and blue. You know, even with the new updated night lighting in 4.4, I think it's totally worth it for what you get. It's still really nice, and I suppose, I mean, this is just Scotland, guys. If we went to LA, who knows what it would look like. Oh, a bit of a blackout down there, I think. So who knows what it would look like in LA. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye.